Welcome to the Out of Home Insider Show, the loudest voice in out of home. We're bringing you tips, tricks, and insider insights. My guest today, very special and a dear friend of mine personally, Jonathan Trajeres from LED Truck Media. Jonathan, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. You said the last thing. You're getting there.
I'm getting, dude, I've practiced. You got to understand, I've practiced.
You're getting there. All right, cool. So what's going on?
I wanted to kick it off because we were just starting to talk about a topic that's really sensitive right now, and that's the current climate, what's going on in the world and how different companies are handling it. You were just starting to say something I think that is going to be really important about France and how France is handling everything that's going on. What are they doing over there?
So, I mean, I deal with a lot of French people. My wife is French, obviously, and a lot of my friends are French. So, again, obviously, right now there is a bad situation for everybody. But I think when you compare countries that have the mentality of mandatory vacation, for example, in France they have a 2-week mandatory vacation in the year, and it's mandatory. You actually have to take it, right?
I just love that. I love that, regardless of a coronavirus or not.
Right, and
right?
Absolutely. I mean, and again, that's when, like, literally in August. So my wife does consulting for a company that they manufacture hardtops, for example. In August, dude, you can call the office. Nobody's working, literally. Like, everybody's just relaxing and having fun. Yeah, the hospitality business still works for sure, but the country goes to a 30 to 40% level, right? Here, people are getting desperate and making decisions out of desperation right now. It is a scary situation, but I think it's a controllable situation. I think media, we're listening too much to the things that are happening without understanding really what it is. A lot of people aren't doing the research. And then, there was a joke in social media. I saw a post. It was like, have you enjoyed your 30-day free trial of communism? Kind of like, that's the scary part. But in a sense, look, I mean, if you had a mandatory 2-week vacation, right? If you're a business owner, it will be different because business owners rarely take vacations, unless when you're banking, yes. But, people need to learn how to actually take this in a positive way, some way, somehow, right?
How are you taking it in a positive way right now? You've got a company, you've got employees, you've got drivers, you've got all these things, hanging in flux, but you're handling it really well. Why? How is that?
So, I mean, first and most, it was the first week was obviously, I was in denial the week before. And then when we hit, obviously, cancellations, everything we spoke before, and it got really bad. But, there is nothing I can do about it right now. I was talking to my therapist about it. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. But there's one thing that I do always complain about it is that the lack of time. I have a to-do list of things that I've been lacking on because lack of time. I have a baby, I have a family, we run our businesses. So it's hard. And then the other thing is that it's been such a long time that I actually didn't get a vacation for myself, and without distractions neither, in a positive note, the fact that you cannot go out and have drinks and get drunk, none of that stuff, right? It's just so the last week I was really at my parents' house, I was with them in South Florida. And then I took this time to kind of vent and relax, work out a lot, kind of plan. And again, there is nothing I can do right now. I have to prioritize. So now this week I'm going through my to-do list, things that I had planned to do, that we're working with Julie, and then, we're trying to strategize, right? But again, taking it easy, spending time with my daughter. It's a time to also, a lot of people are complaining about being at home with kids because, again, they're always on the work, right? They're always busy, They're not used to have that. But, you gotta manage it out. I think if we all calm down a little bit more, stop panicking and start using our time effectively. I don't know how many, well, I know a lot of people are going to be out of job right now, but if there are people out there that have been fired a lot of times and then being on unemployment and things like that many times throughout their lifetime, right? Or at least, let's say an average person. Like I've been out of job before, when I was in my 20s. And I remember that I always utilize that time to kind of build something and get me going, just like you do, you're networking, you're doing your LinkedIn, you're doing the stuff. I think that people are scared because their jobs, but they're not utilizing their time to actually do something about it. What else can I do? They're not focusing on the solutions, they're focusing on the problem. And then that is more anxiety. So then you go and everybody is really touchy about things, depressed and things like that. Hey, it's complicated, but I think, we innovators, we creative people, and, there's plenty of ways right now that you can actually, if you need to entertain yourself or if you need to invest your time into something. Look, I don't read, to be honest with you. I'm not a book reader. I read
Are you an audio guy? Do you listen to stuff, podcasts?
YouTube, but books, not my thing. I started reading.
And, what are you reading?
Here, I'll show you.
Say, what do we got for the book suggestion?
The Four Agreements.
Oh, Four Agreements. Great book.
Yeah, great book. Yeah, I liked it a lot. Still read this. I'm reading it again. Yeah, pretty cool. And I think it's a book that people should take advantage and read right now, because
it's really relevant right now.
Yeah. I think making those little things, little changes, try new things. You have the time now. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of do the stuff that you wouldn't be able to do before.
Totally. Like, before we came on here, right? We're texting back and forth, and I'm running a few minutes late because I'm building an Amazon Alexa skill so that you can say, Alexa, start my joke break, and get a funny joke about marketing. And then selfishly, on the back end, whenever you get exhausted and don't want any more jokes, there's a little plug for the show in at the end. When I woke up this morning, I didn't know how to create an Alexa skill, but it's in review right now with Amazon, and with any luck, it'll be live this afternoon.
Cool. Yeah, it's a cool gadget. I don't like Alexa, but it's a cool gadget.
Like I don't even own one. I'm going to go next door to my neighbors to test it on theirs. And so I don't even know what it's doing. Those little things that you've had these to-do lists, right? It's our own personal honey-do list. All those things we want to check off. I made a website for the show. I'm running ads right now on social media to send people to the show to consume more content. We've got the Alexa app coming out, or the skill, however you call it, and doing those things. So how about, like, all right, you've got employees, you've got a team counting on you. Mm-hmm. How are you managing that? Because you seem pretty calm, cool, collected right now, and I know that there's a lot of folks who are sort of looking for a little bit of a reprieve. What can you tell other entrepreneurs, other folks who have people counting on them?
Well, be prepared, honestly. Cash flow, really, so you always got to have your backup. That doesn't matter if it's, it's liquidity and everything, but you always got to have a backup. What we're doing right now, we're going grassroots in a sense. My plan is to start developing a local marketing program, and again, I call my agencies. I'm calling everybody and say, look, how we can work together, whatever it is. Okay.
Sure.
My goal is to keep my guys busy, right? In a sense, I'm hopeful because I don't know what's the qualification for these guys to get these checks that they were going to be sent out and things like that, right? But I think, that's going to balance it out in a sense, between what they can get from unemployment and we can get credits and, if we get a loan or not, I don't know. But on the other hand, I'm going out to the community. So San Diego, LA, Miami, local businesses, right? And how can I help you, right? So like today, for example.
You're not going out pitching. You're just asking, how can I help you?
Yes, I'm not pitching. I'm just, how can I help you? Okay, so today, for example, we have a meeting here in San Diego. We're the Hillcrest business community. And then, which my friend is a manager in a restaurant, and everything is just speak up, everything's closed, whatever. But I'm like, okay, but let's let people know where, you know, what's open, you know, get it, you know, and, you know, whatever, just give me some food, give me drinks, I don't care, you know, but at least I can keep my driver going, you know, tip the driver, right? Just tip him, everybody puts $20, you know, $30, you know, for the driver, for the gas, that's what I need, you know, but at least keep it going and then help some way, somehow, right? Obviously we're trying to get into the health department and all the stuff like everybody else. It's a long run. It's a long shot, really. Even if you get business, when are you gonna get paid? You don't know. It could take months, right? Even if you do it, right? So it's still gonna cost money. So you know, we're trying to again just keep the guys busy. Because right now I'm telling my guys, look, just slow down. Don't worry about it. Okay, we'll figure something out. This week, we gotta wait how we end it, probably by Friday and Saturday, and see, like, people are gonna start realizing what they gotta do, like we spoke. And easing the slowly is gonna take advantage. Now, you can actually wait until that happens, or you can actually be proactive and do something about it, okay? Yes, everything is an expense, and we understand that. Not every business like our business. Again, I'm not, you know, trying, but I know if I'm able to help and build those relationships, they're gonna come back later for sure, because they always do, you know. And then at minimum, you develop some friendships, and at minimum, you get some PR, right? At least for advertising for our community.
You're talking to people, you're out there, you're still present. Rick Robinson had a great line today that being visible in the streets is really a proof of life. Right. It's, hey, I'm still here. I didn't go anywhere. And that offers some sort of reassurance to the business community, to the community itself. Probably even for yourself gives you some of that validation, like, hey, we're still here. We're doing productive things, because I'm thinking about it as like a timeline. So we got sent home, work from home last Tuesday, and the announcement came last Monday afternoon, right? So that Tuesday, Wednesday, it was the uncertainty. Oh my gosh, are we really doing this? Are we really working from home? I can't believe this. Schools are getting let out. We're doing all these other things. And then by the end of the week, it's, okay, we're doing this, and it's going to be for the foreseeable future. I feel like this is the first week where people are really saying, okay, we've adjusted to this new tempo. We know it's going to come back eventually. We don't know when that's going to be, so we're cautiously optimistic. Do you agree? Are you getting the same feeling that this week things have started to normalize as we're in like week 2 of quarantine?
Yeah, I think people have started realizing, again, I mean, not everybody. A lot of people obviously can work from home, you know, they're in the hospitality business or industry, or, you know, things like that. But they have to, the ones they can, again, they got to get used to it. A lot of people with kids at home, school. I think that this is a great moment to embrace, because it's a moment of change.
Change how?
It's pushing people to the limits that they never had before, right? Everybody lives with a sense of security and comfort, right? A lot of people love to go to work. A lot of people do work from home, but they're also like me, but I need to come out. I need to get out, you know, like, oh my God, you know? But
I went to get dog food yesterday. I probably drove around for an hour just to drive around. Exactly. Just get out of the house. I just took long back roads and tried to get lost.
But in the senses, like, it's pushing people to the limits. Like, okay, I gotta get used to a new lifestyle in a week. How am I gonna get this done? You know what I'm saying?
Really good point, right? You've been doing it your whole adult life, however long that is, one way. I wake up, I go to work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. If I'm in the hospitality or retail business, I'm working nights and weekends. And now it's, hey, you can't go outside. You can't even talk to other people. Like, don't be close to anyone. Huge adjustment.
Even worse than that, this is a test for humanity right now, right? Because,
Elaborate on that.
well, you know, United States, for example, we're a strong country, right? And I'm sure we'll come back. I'm sure. Other countries, they don't, you know, like Colombia, for example. I mean, you know, you stop working, like, oh, dude, you know, you got problems, right? But this is gonna teach people how to survive in a sense, you know, like they said, 50% of Americans can afford a bill over $400 right now because they live paycheck to paycheck, right? That's important because if you take a look, a lot of those people, they have the latest iPhone, right? Nothing wrong with iPhone, but where are you spending your money, right? Now you see that things can happen to you. Everybody, it never happens to you. You never care about it, right? Like before I had a baby, I was like, I understood my friends, they have babies, but I was like, whatever. Now I can understand where they're coming from. Now everybody can understand what it is to feel hopeless or lose their job, losing money. It's touching everybody at the same level, right? Now, it's about time to the people to wake up and realize that, you know, we're not invisible. We're humans, and we need to act as we need to act proactively. You know, we need to have that mindset of things can change. I have to adapt to it, right? Save some money, you know, things like that. You know,
How's this going to change the way? Like, what are some lasting changes to your business after all this is said and done? Whether it's a change with the way that you interact with your partners, whether it's a change as a leadership, what things are you considering as long-term changes because of this?
I think for our business is more of our portfolio of clients, actually. And obviously payment terms.
It's a great point. So what are you doing right now with, you know, clients? I'm sure you've got cancellations coming. You've got people wanting to push, people wanting to defer.
Well, cancellations are cancellations, and then
are you holding people to that though? Or are you saying, hey, I got a contract right here that says you were going to do this?
No, you cannot do that. I owe money to vendors. Clients owe me money. We pay what we can. It's not about it, Steve, anybody. And then clients are clients. We gotta understand. You know, I had a very interesting thing that happened last week with one of my brokers, and I felt like they wanted to take advantage of the situation, like really bad, and like, you know, oh, you know, for this, if we push this through, my commission would be 50%. I'm like, I mean,
and we're changing the rules of the game.
Yeah, be like, why would you do it? First of all, when we're trying to actually give stuff for free, and then if anything, yes, what cost or whatever, trying to come out of this. And then, but we agreed on something, but it was like kind of like a ditch move in a sense, because again, people are, you know, in a bad situation, and we need to help each other here. We start putting all that jealousy or the selfishness about, you know, understand is in times like this is when your mind actually tells, okay, are you a shark or are you a prey? You know, what you gonna do? And this is survival time, and completely get it. But being survival time, that means that if you're the stronger, you also gotta help the weaker, you know, and work together. It's not about eating. You know, if it gets to that point, it'll be a catastrophe, because now we, you know, we as a species will become animals again, right? Which we are, in a sense, just more very politically, you know, correct. But so for us in our business is, look, but I think what's gonna change is that we're gonna try to help every business that we can, in a sense. As long as I can pay my bills, as long as I can pay my drivers, my gas, as long as it makes sense for my business, for my family, I want to be there to help, you know, because that's what's going to build, you know. People believe in products. People believe in brands that are actually helping. People, you know, this is a time, again, this is a time that's going to prove who you are and how you actually react to stressful situations. Like they teach you that in Navy SEALs. You know, that's why you gotta keep calm. You see, they teach you that, and I mean, Tony Robbins, you know, with everything. But like, if you want a stream training, go to Navy SEALs training. They'll teach you that. You'll see, like, the situation can be the most messed up situation. You gotta stay calm so you can think, and then you don't mess it up. So
I think it's a great analogy because, like, so I was in the Marine Corps, and when all of this I'm not a prepper. I don't have 2,000 rounds of ammunition and a garage full of canned goods and 3,000 rolls of toilet paper. Right? I don't have any of that stuff. But what I do have is the same 6 inches between here and here that you're demonstrating here, and just being, all right, listen, here's the situation. What are the variables that I have? What are the tools I have available to me? And what's the outcome that I want? What's the outcome that I want? Work backwards from there. There's so much panic going on, especially throughout organizations, not taking advantage of right now to demonstrate to your team that you're a leader. That, hey, I don't know. I've never been in this situation either. However, look at me, focus right here. It's going to be okay. We got this shit.
Right. How do we make it better? So for example, in an industry, right? Dude, it's about, rates are going to drop for a while. You're going to have to negotiate things.
Do you think should rates drop in line with like an actual CPM as Geopath continues to measure? Is it billed retroactive of an actual delivered?
Sorry. We can't go down.
So it's Zoom if you're getting a call. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah.
It's saying that, all right, it's back. Sorry about that, and I'll try to trim that out in the middle there. That's okay. Yes.
So, look, as far as
what's
rates,
the right way to go about rate?
As far as rates go, again, if we're looking at CPMs, we're done on CPMs right now because people are not out there. CPMs are going to be super low.
Sure.
Whatever you're going to tell me is going to be completely wrong because, this is going to make a change as well because people are not going to come out as you. We don't have sporting events, for a while, concerts, right, conferences, things like that. There is driving time, sure. But it's going to take a few months to people like really start coming out on waves like they used to. New York, it's going to be a big hit, right? So I think deals needs to be negotiated differently. I think as companies, we have to take in consideration who's your client. There's some people who will drop the rate, some people will negotiate, some people will still the same. It depends on the market, it depends on what kind of agencies or clients they deal with. But at least for us, we're more than open to negotiate any deal right now. Especially because we're mobile, so allows a little bit more flexibility because we're driving it to the consumers. So
you can be where people actually are at the grocery store or wherever those few places are. You can be where the people are.
Exactly. And we never went by CPM.
At variable costs, right? If you drive more, run the trucks more, it's more expensive, and there's this trade on and off for where's the attention, how much it's going to cost to acquire that attention, and then obviously to resell it.
So for us, more effectiveness, right? Like
right.
Paying for toilet paper, now it's popular, right?
Sure.
So to every Walmart, every grocery store. I don't know. With Target,
right? They get restocked, and it's hey, follow me for TP.
That's exactly it.
Exactly. Driving a loop to the store.
And it's still, we can do the main streets and things like that. So we never went by CPMs. We still capture impressions and all that stuff, but we never went by CPMs. So for us will be to reinvent a little bit, to make some changes on our business model and, adapt to whatever. It's going to take a couple of months to get back on track to where we were, for sure, for everybody. But I think that companies, CEOs, they should right now be open to work with everybody. Like I've talked to people on billboards and stuff like that, and they're like, "No, we stick to our business, whatever." now is a time that's going to take a little bit of mindset and start working, taking a look to other media, taking a look to ways that if I cannot close this deal, but this person want a screen here and I know you have it, I'm gonna call you, because I gotta sell, right? But I gotta sell this good stuff, I'm not gonna sell something that's gonna get me in trouble with a bad operator, So those relationships and those things that you're working with people, is gonna open a negotiation table for everybody, I believe, and I think a lot of better deals are gonna be on the table as well.
What's the 12 months from now? We're recovered, world's back to normal. We're going to sporting events. Maybe the way that we do certain things, maybe there is more working from home. Things are going to change. But what's the biggest change in the next 12 months that you think is going to happen to out of home? Whether that's for if it's advantageous for the brand, if it's for operator. What's your prediction? We made a few predictions last time. What's your prediction next 12 months?
I tell you the rates were going to drop.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's funny. We didn't know it would be a black swan event to do it, but absolutely.
Nostradamus. I'm just kidding. But
do you think that this is the catalyst for that we just start to take a more honest look at
Again, what was the CPM like? Like right now, for example, on our billboards that we outsell in Times Square, we have a billboard that you need a $20,000 budget, and it's like $25 per play, but minimum 20,000, right? And then they calculate this CPMs. You're not gonna have the CPMs anymore. So how are you gonna sell it if you don't have those CPMs, right? Any billboards, right? I mean, you're still going to calculate traffic for cars and stuff like that. But in reality, we all know people are not going to come out. So in the next 12 months, what's going to happen? I mean, New York City, I don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to take a few months really to, get better. I think Miami, easier to get back on track. LA, easier to get back on track. San Diego, San Francisco, Seattle, people in Seattle are bad, So it depends on the market. That's how you're going to see the fluctuation.
I think the markets are going to come back sort of in waves. Like it's not going to be across the board. Everyone's back. 100%. It's going to be 100%. Some of those big metros.
And in order to sell advertising now I think agencies will look at the target demographic closer. And then again, if they're going to buy by CPMs, they're going to say, okay, what are the CPMs? But you're telling me like, 35 to 45 are the only ones out, but I need to reach out to the elders. How do I do that? We don't know if they're out. They're not out because, they have to stay home more often, right? So, I'm sorry. So, again, those numbers are going to change. It's kind of going to, I think it's going to reset a little bit on the rates. And then it's gonna the same conversation we had before when the young people were sending on CPMs and agencies. Now they're gonna have to be much smarter about that. I think they're gonna have to what is the best approach to sell? Because for billboards, it's not gonna. Yes, you guys gonna have some business, but I think it's gonna be harder because like people are not out there anymore like they used to for a few months. So
we prided ourselves on this, 70% of our time is spent out of the home until it's not, until 70% of your time is spent in the home. So if you're a brand right now,
right,
there's a huge opportunity to sort of like trading a market, right? I'm going to buy futures in space, or you can buy a future, a Q3, Q4 campaign
right
now for pennies on the dollar. If you're in a position to do that, if you're in a position where you pulled back Q2 budget, you're a strong cash flow company, hey, I'm going to still be here in 6 months. You think that there's an opportunity right now to plan heavier for Q3, Q4 if you're a brand?
Well, brand, you're going to have to, because a lot of travel, I mean, cruises, hospitality.
Got to make it back.
Events is going to take a long time. Again, even if you pull the event out, if it's okay, the amount of attendees is not going to be the same for sure. I mean, Vegas is shut down. That's crazy.
Shut down.
So, and that's like major conference can happen in Vegas, major sporting events, right? So brands are going to have to be more creative on the way they push it, and they do have the budget. Advertising has always been there, right? It's a need for every brand, every product, so it's never going to go away. So brands are going to have to push really hard on Q4, Q1 2021. I think we're in Q2. Q2 is completely lost in a sense. I don't think it's going to be hard to recover. Q3 is probably crossing those deals, and Q4 kind of take action. Q1 is when we're going to see a change. So it's going to be a long year. They have to push brand. I believe, and I hope, God bless, that we do well because our media allow us to target those people. You know what I'm saying? So I think they will come out okay this year, because our flexibility. That's about it. Just because
that is one of the right. That's you talked about there about audience delivery, and it's really the progression that we're seeing in out of home, and who is it that you're trying to reach, and getting away from some of those maybe more traditional CPM rates. You know, who are you trying to reach, and what's it worth to reach them? If I'm a financial, if I'm a hedge fund, if I'm State Street, right, one of the biggest spenders in out of home, if I'm State Street, the value of a client to me could be millions of dollars. If I am McDonald's, the value of that customer may be significantly less. So who are you trying to reach, and what's it worth to reach them? And being able to use something like out of home to be so targeted and still so efficient and effective is that opportunity. Right. I think that you're spot on. My prediction, and it comes from a little bit of this reactionary standpoint, I think we're going to see the most consolidation of traditional fixed location out-of-home operators maybe that you'll ever see. It's folding a lot of the weak hands.
That's very interesting, yes.
Right? So they didn't know what to do, and they don't know. I mean, like, right, I got furloughed a week into it. Now, word on the street is that they're making other cuts financially. So there's a lot of these traditional operators that don't understand how to pivot like you've described so far. So I think what's gonna happen is the weekends are gonna fold, wildly undervalued.
People are gonna sell
100%, right? Because I can't make payroll.
Yeah, and the companies, they have the cash to buy, they're gonna buy. Same thing as real estate, exactly. And that's interesting. Yeah, you 100% right on that. I think they're gonna consolidate. I think we're gonna see some mergers. We spoke about it before too. Yeah, there's gonna be interesting thing. I think a few companies are gonna come out really strong out of this. I think as small operators, if you don't know how to shift your gears into something else, or be smart about it, you're probably gonna have some hard time, selling your media, because again, you have the big guys selling media at your cost. So
right. Says there's more tech folks moving into this space, right? The format is just a medium to transact. We're just transacting attention. It's every Facebook ad, it's Google ads, and really smart people are in the space. And I think that you're going to see that. Do you think that Google or Facebook comes in and maybe buys up some mid-sized players?
No, I think this is going to happen exactly what happened with social media back in 2008 was really strong. That 2008, 2012 were out of home kind of like, stay because it was the impact of digital marketing. I think we're going to start that this year, at least for a few months until levels out, because again, people are inside still, So, you need to have that strong connection. Budgets are going to shift more to social media than outdoor for a while. It's because, again, it's going to be effective. It depends on the product, obviously. It depends on the campaign, depends how you run it. But still, again, people are at home. And that's what they're going to focus on. Maybe TV, you start going to see in TV, well, at least internet TV, those ads, things like that. I don't believe they're so effective, but, they work. I think that's where we're going to take a hit as an industry, not at home, is competing with digital marketing. And then
like that market share that we had gotten over the last few months,
over
we're
years.
kind of going to give it all
Last
up.
2 years,
right?
I think we
We're
gotta.
going to give some of it up.
Yeah, we're gonna lose market share on that, and then but you know, there's when you start coming out with the strategies of like, okay, look, we got outdoor, we got digital marketing. Again, like for us, we captured impressions and we able to retarget in social media to the ones that we saw. They saw the truck at the Target in Los Angeles or in Chicago, whatever. You know, to that same people that saw the truck, we're gonna retarget on social media. So it's kind of that's a strategy that makes it a little bit more effective on the dollar spent. You know,
It's
again,
smart. It's offering that vertical integration where, so out of home companies, I think they're going to have to get smarter. They're going to have to get smarter, find better ways to serve the client.
Everybody's gonna get smarter. Again, it's you need to have that availability, that feature that we have that allows to retarget your demographics. Again, because it's gonna be hyper target campaigns now than ever. Because again, you cannot come up to a brand and say, Coca-Cola, listen, give me $100,000 for this campaign, and I'm gonna promise you X amount of CPMs, because you can't guarantee that anymore. Right now, you cannot guarantee it. So what you gotta do is like, okay, this is how we're gonna spend it. This is how we're gonna do it. Now it comes into the planning, and again, media buyers need to get more into the gear set of like, okay, let's plan your campaign, because now is the challenge. Now it's a good challenge for any advertiser, right? A little before it was a little bit easier because you do it for so long and it work, and then you have the traffic and all the stuff, so the client's already used to this, right? But now the brands are coming to the ad agency and say, okay, what are we gonna do now? Okay, we got creative, we got copy. Okay, give me a strategy? And this is why we go back to Mad Men, where like you sit down with your team and you're like, okay, what do we have? We have this brand. What assets do we have? Okay, what copy do we have? How do we make this friendly? How do we make, it's gonna really get the gears of the creative people thinking. And then I think that will be cool, because you're gonna see some really cool campaigns, like really campaigns that work, not just, again, cheese on pizza. It's like, okay, they're gonna have more time to work on it and be smart about it. I think funny ads, I think people are gonna pay more attention to brands or companies that advertise based on coronavirus and reliefs and things like that, which would be good. I mean, obviously associations with nonprofits and things like that are always going to be hard, for everybody. But I think these companies will benefit a lot from it. And again, that'd be really interesting to see how people create campaigns. I think it's a good change.
Well, I'm gonna take an opportunity to shamelessly plug myself. I wish I could have paid you money to set me up for that. Anybody listen right now, if you visit lunchandlearntoday.com, you can sign up for a completely free, demo-free, pitch-free lunch and learn session with yours truly, where we're going to talk exactly about that. We're talking about a concept called the commitment scale and determining what's the right way to measure a campaign based on client on a really easy chart that you can stick to your wall and say, hey, where does my client fit on this sliding scale? And then down to what are some of those tools and ways to be really targeted, hit a focused audience, and then be able to quantifiably measure it. It's about a 20-minute session. Every session's live. It's open to Q&A. What's that?
What is the next one?
Next one's tomorrow. It's the first one is tomorrow. So it's gonna be cool, man. And it's the Go 2020 breakout session. And I figured, well, there's people at home looking to do exactly what you just described: retool, get better. How do I plan better campaigns? What can I do to be better when we're back in this? It's a way to stay busy, bring that sense of community together. So tomorrow's the first one. I don't know if anyone's there, but if you're around, love to have you. And every Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, and I'll get you set up with the
for sure. That's it to all my team.
It's something to do, right? It's a thing to bring your team together around to talk about, say, hey, I agreed with this, or Tim was totally crazy when he said this. He's absolutely wrong, and I disagree. And hey, let's talk about it. Let's continue a conversation about positivity, about where we're going to get to, and just ultimately have it be the best when we're there.
Man, the things that you're doing for, I appreciate this. I appreciate this that you're giving a voice to all of us. We have a few guys like you, but I think you come with a fresh mind, fresh set, and I like that.
I'm so grateful, man.
Definitely love it. Great idea.
I really appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. I just trying to do good, and because I am 100% confident that when we get back to business as usual, I don't know when the hell that's going to be. I don't have a crystal ball, but when we get back there, we're going to be better people. We're going to be better parents. We're going to be better spouses. We're just going to be better all the way around if you take advantage of right now.
Yes, make it stronger. And I think let's unite out of everybody out of home, and let's do something positive.
Sure.
Imagine every operator right now. Every operator will come together, and all of us together we raise awareness on stay home for at least the next week on using every screen possible. Do you think we'll get some attention?
You're going to get attention. You're going to get picked up by the press. Local media is going to be all over it because everyone needs content. Everyone needs a story right now, and we're all covering the same thing. How great would it be to focus on a local brand in our area? And I know distilleries around the country are doing this, so thank you to everybody out there who's doing it. But we have a local distillery here who they changed their lines over to be able to make hand sanitizer, and it's the story. So they're getting so much free PR out of this thing by what? Yeah. By just helping out, by just helping some people. And if we want people to get back, right? So what you just described is so counterintuitive. Stay home, even though my business depends on you being out of your home. Yeah. Stay home because I want to get back to a state of normalcy sooner rather than later. So we can all go back to doing business.
Exactly. So I want this fairness, this fear and this care. Okay, let's get it over with so we can just go get back to business.
And you were one of the earliest, if not the earliest, that I saw really out there. I mean, OAAA was just releasing the creative, and you were already ahead of it. You already had your own creative on trucks, up in the market. You're clearly a leader, not only in out of home, but within the community. So for that, I say thank you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. We gotta go.
Thanks for spending the time today. Yeah, man, for sure. We'll do it again sometime if this has been helpful. Yeah, I will. I'll send you an invite. Everybody listen, lunchandlearntoday.com. Get Jonathan and his team hooked up. Every Thursday at 3, you can log in with your teams, whether you're in out of home, you're a brand, you're just somebody looking to learn a little bit more. It's a great opportunity, great place to meet some cool people. So
send me a post.
Got you.
Share it, man. That was great, man.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Cool. Well, it's gonna be a lot of fun. If this has been fun, if it's been helpful, please share this with your network. Share it with people that could benefit from it. The Out of Home Insider Show. I'm Tim Rowe. Jonathan, you want to say anything on the way out?
Stay safe. Stay positive. Again, use that time to work on yourself and the things that you can. If you were waiting to work out or, whatever it is, just do something productive. That's it. And,
don't look back and regret not having done something right now.
No, don't wait for that paycheck. That paycheck is not your future.
Paycheck's paying you for time that's already passed. So while you're sitting here waiting to get paid on the past, you're not doing anything for your future. Now's your opportunity, John.
Stop buying things you don't need.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna take clients to dinners and stuff like that, completely understandable. But you don't need the latest iPhone if yours works perfectly.
I'm shooting this on a Samsung S7 with a cracked screen. So
my daughter is an iPhone.
It's the trademark iPhone screen, cracked. All right. So you heard it from the man himself. Be smart, be safe, and we'll see you guys real soon. Jonathan, thanks, man.
All right, brother.
We'll see you.
All right, take care, buddy. Bye.